Okay, yeah, the team was going to be Hydra, Scrap, Shotzi, Dashy.
Make it change because you just want.
Let's see if there's anything going on in the Call of Duty community. We are never going to witness Hydra X Shotzi, are we? So will Hook be scapegoated until he's dropped? Let me start with saying I know it's Simp. Yes, Simp is a better player than Hook all around, but are we just going to call for Hook to get dropped after each of it? Who the fuck is calling for Hook to get dropped? I have not seen one person say Hook needs to be dropped. Oh, Johnny didn't get on NYSL Vanguard because they thought he was hacking.
the GOAT at the time, you know, Crimsix, the GOAT at the time, you know, he was DMing me saying, you know, I was like, yo, look, man, you know why I'm here. He's like, you know I'm here.
Look why I'm here.
He's like, you know why? This is when Nep got dropped. Nep got dropped from the team. He's like, well, I want you on the New York subliners. And then I'm like, bet. I'm like thinking like, oh man, my like literally the first 2 months of the or actually it might have been the first 3 months, and he was like, man, like he's like, I want you on the team. I'm like, holy shit, bro. My first 3 months of being 18, I'm gonna be pro. And then afterwards, Crimsix ghosted me. He just ghosted me. I thought I was gonna be pro. I was like, "Yo, Crim, what's going on? Like, what's happening?"
You want to know why?
Doesn't respond to me. I'm like, "Damn."
You want to know why?
Why?
Everyone thought you were hacking.
That is exactly what I heard. That's exactly what I heard. Clay told me that.
Bro, this is why we need a proper anti-cheat, bro. Like, you can just accuse people of cheating. And listen, I don't blame... I can't really blame the people who accuse people of cheating just because it's so, like, possible and accessible now. But the fact that this kid didn't get a shot because they thought he was cheating with no actual evidence is a fucking joke. Like, we just need a working anti-cheat so things like this don't happen.
You know, really fucked... I mean, I heard the team was, you know, in a very fucked position, so I don't know how it would have went either way. But like I was supposed to be on New York, but because everyone thought I was hacking, because I was freshly 18, fucking shit slamming everyone in challengers.
You thought Twisty was cheating, but that was acceptable. See, before we knew it was Dashy, it was very plausible for Twisty to be cheating. He said he's only ever played in one cup, got top 64, and works a full-time job and doesn't play the game. And he was going 40-10. So before we knew he was Dashy, I think it was very, very fair to say that motherfucker right there is hacking.
Yeah, it's not my fault that a lot of people just couldn't shoot straight challengers.
Fun fact, this year's first team All-Stars have been the last 4 regular season MVPs. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of nuts. Imagine this team, Hydra, Scrap, Shotzi, Simp. 3 subs. That boy Simp was tucking with the MCW. Yeah, I think Simp would be a good flex, bro. Bro, what the hell is going on? Scump is clearly better than Crimsix all time, and here's why. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Crazy that last off-season business was aired like that, but knowing what we know now, if Simp leaves... Can someone tell me what the fuck happened here? Before I start talking, I need to know what the fuck's going on, because what's... I'm pretty sure Hex won't allow whomever convinced him last time to make the same mistake as last time and will pull the trigger on Simp.
Hydra.
OpTic podcast leaked very important information. Hitch says that Hex wanted to change the team even after winning champs last year, but someone in the team convinced him not to, so when the team was going through his 0-18 stretch, he was pissed.
Shotzi, Dashy, god damn. I would have loved to see them.
But I remember, and let me know, Matt, but that was Hex's call. Is he was like, yo, really? This is going to be the team. And then I won't say who, but someone convinced Hex, like, no, we can't make a team.
I think I know who, but I'm not going to say it.
We can't make a change. We just won. Yeah. And so Hex was like, all right.
Shortly
after. And then I remember Hex, after the 0-18 part, Hex was like, bro, I had the fucking team. I had the team. I had it. And I said we needed to do it. And so then the Merc comes along and Hex is like, I'm not making the same mistake twice. Like, we're not going to ride it out.
Right. I mean, that kind of, you know, you never know about the decisions you make. You never know if it's going to be the right or the wrong one. Like, what if we would have picked them up, come out, win the first event, lose the second, lose the third, get like
You got
get
gassed up in this
finals in the
podcast?
next,
Wait,
then
what'd
get
they
like
say
top
about
6
me?
at Worlds or something. Like you just never know.
No, you
Like
don't.
it really just fucking all worked out some way, somehow.
To win the map, but let's not play to
play.
But is that
this guy's
weird
21 or whatever?
Is that weird now that we have a championship roster and people are talking about fucking Scrap being available, Simp being available, Celium being available?
I see it so much different because it's no experience. This guy's a free agent and he's super young and
like,
moldable.
Yeah,
and
you gotta grab him.
Before we talk about this offseason and what could transpire between other teams, last year, and we might have to cut this because I don't know if it's public. Last year, after we won Worlds, is it true, and I don't know if it's been talked about publicly or if we're allowed to talk about it, we can cut it if not. Is it true that some really
If this wasn't cut, it sounds like we're allowed to talk.
were trying to get on OpTic?
That's what I've heard.
And could we say names? Maybe not say names.
The team, the possibility of a team. Again, Matt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The team was going to be Hydra, Scrap,
Shotzi,
Dashy.
I mean, that's just
That was going to be the team.
like that would have been the team. But it's like you can't make it. You can't make a change because you just won fucking
You just won Worlds.
Yeah.
But now we're in the same
Never mind.
spot. But like, you can't change this team either.
But
You can't, bro.
Yeah, no,
you
he's
can't.
so
You've got
mean,
multiple
just look,
tournament.
just look at Legend.
Trading
He left. They
seeds,
won 4 events in Worlds, and he left this team.
Yeah,
and now
but
he's
he
on the
left-
now he's on the best fucking team, guaranteed.
Yeah.
Don't say you're disappointed in me. Okay, Hector and I were on the same page. Don't say you're disappointed in me, man.
practice.
Bro, why are we talking about Scump is clearly better than Crim all time, and here's why. Nah, see, you guys have this all wrong, I think. You guys have this all wrong, man. Tiff, I know, that shit was crazy. Listen, man, this just comes down to opinion, bro. Like, I think the Scump Crim debate, there's no wrong answer. If you think Seth is the best of all time, that's a fair answer. If you think Crim is the best of all time, I think that's a fair answer. Like, I don't think, like, it's not as like, holy shit. It's kind of like MJ and LeBron now, but the only difference is they play during the same time period. You know what I mean? Like, I think when it comes to, like, pure talent, intuition, skill, Seth is number 1. But then you have Crim, who brought something different to the table. Like, they're different players. Like, I think Seth is a very, very raw, talented slayer that at any given moment could beat a team by himself by dropping 50. Crim had a different play style. He was way more outspoken and, like, wanted things to go the way that he wanted them to go. And he won more championships. But, like, comparing 38 championships to 30, like, that's so close. I don't know. I don't think there's a wrong answer. Wait, hold on, bro. Reddit's kind of juicy today, bro. Reddit's kind of juicy. Wait, hold on. Apparently, I got a lot of gas in this podcast. Basically confirmed that Hex wanted the OpTic team for 2025 season to be Hydra, Scrap, Shotzi, and Dashy. Bro, that roster would have been ballistic. But I do understand, like, dude, to break up a world championship team after winning the world championship would be crazy. That being said, Hydra and Scrap, I mean, who knows, man? It's all in the past. Who the hell knows what could have happened? On paper, insane roster. But I'll tell you what, this fucking roster compared to our current roster has so much more ego. So much more ego. Every single player on this roster would think they have the biggest cock in the room, but they're fucking wrong. I have the biggest cock in the room.
I'm Lieutenant McCoy. I am
Like there's fundamental.
FaZe congrats Abizi on his new release. Even some of the greats ever have bad events? Bro, obviously, man. And that's what makes it like, yo, this is what makes it even worse these days, is that the sample size is so much smaller now. So now you get judged like back then there were so many tournaments that if you had a bad event, I don't think you were like put under the microscope that bad. Like I think people were quicker, and maybe I have fucking memory loss, maybe I'm Dory. But back then, if you had a bad tournament, a bad event, a bad match, you were immediately in another one. You're playing 3 more matches that day, 2 more matches. Like I don't think you were harped on the like you are these days. The sample size is just so much smaller. You play so much less these days that if you don't perform, it's so blown out of proportion. Recency bias is crazy. But listen, there's recency bias in everything. You like the shirt? Thank you, bro. I also love the shirt. Dude, holy shit, man. Holy shit, dude. RFK Jr. would drop dead if he walked into this room. If RFK walked into this and saw this ping pong match, the guy wouldn't be able to make it out the door. I mean, he'd be so appalled by what he's seeing. Just the sheer mass.
Okay. Win all 4 majors or win champs?
I don't know. Love Dallas.
Okay.
Okay, right. 4 majors. 4 majors compared to champs? 4 major tournaments? I understand picking a major over. Like, if it's 4 or champs, I completely understand both sides. I'm not going to be like calling you crazy for wanting to win 4 majors. That's all we have. That's literally every single major tournament we have these days besides champs. We can't be delusional here. We can't be fucking delusional. That's a lot of I mean, that's literally every single major tournament we have. Yeah, I saw Nate's clip on him saying Seth is the go to COD. Once again, I just don't think there's a wrong answer between Seth and Crim. I don't. Bro, could you imagine Call of Duty champs at the Vegas Sphere? Also, dude, I saw some shit on Twitter. What's with everyone's obsession with calling EWC not a major? EWC is equivalent to a major. It's basically a major with a way higher prize pool. Every single player wants to go win EWC. I don't know why we're acting and downgrading EWC or downplaying EWC as if every single team isn't scrimming and trying to win that tournament. It makes no fucking sense. Where did this even start? Why are we acting like EWC is not important? I don't like the single elim. I would prefer double elim, but at least you get pool play. I mean, you get pool play into single elim. It's not like it's just one and done. Like, you get to play round robin in your group. The 2 teams that perform the best will make it out, and then it goes to like, I don't think the format's that terrible. If it was just single elim and there wasn't round robin, I'd be like, yeah, that's absolutely terrible. But I don't understand why, like, what the fuck is going on these days, bro? We barely get tournaments. A tournament is a tournament. A tournament like this, with so much prize money up for grabs, with challengers teams involved, 16 teams, pool play, the only downside is the single elim. That's the only single downside. Octane said the pros didn't care last year. Well, then the pros are fucking stupid. I mean, there's no other way to put it. And I would be appalled if any pro came forward and said they didn't care, because I think they would just be laughed at. I mean, like, if Shotzi went forward and said we didn't try at AWC, I would say, Shotzi, you're a fucking idiot. And the same goes for every single player on every single team. Who the hell would not be trying for such a big tournament? We all want more tournaments, and now we get more tournaments, and we're saying they're not trying. I think the players definitely cared. Maybe a few players or a few teams didn't really go that hard. I don't know. But if that's on them. That's stupid. I saw this, bro. I saw Gotaga talking about Kismet. And I don't remember this exact instance. I'm not going to go back and watch it. But Kismet's like one of the players that I don't think anybody's ever considered as someone that goes out there and plays for stats. Like, Kismet's always been known as like that selfless player. who's going out there doing everything he can to get the team a W. So maybe he was kill whoring in this match. Maybe he was kill whoring in this clip. And if that's true, it's an anomaly because I think Kismet's like the opposite of a kill whore type player. I heard Attach and Kenny both say they didn't care about EWC. Then I think they're dumb, bro. I think any single pro player that didn't care about EWC is stupid. And I don't care whether they play for our team, they play for another team. I mean, it's pretty embarrassing if you're not trying and not going hard for such a big prize pool. And prize pool aside, you get another big tournament, which is what this entire community wants. So, I just think that's dumb. Is there a world where EWC surpasses champs? If the CDL franchise model failed, could we see a merge of EWC and COD championships? For the football fans in here, it's like asking what it would take for the Club World Cup to overtake the Champions League. It's simply not going to happen. I guess that's kind of a good... I'm not really huge into soccer, but I understand what he's saying. EWC compared to majors. 1 gold bar equals $108,400. CDL major. I mean, bro, the prize pool is crazy for EWC. Like, the prize pool is crazy. Like, it's insane to have. Like, it's unprecedented. I don't, like, we would have fucking, I'm about to fucking combust, bro. If you told us in 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019 that we would have a tournament after champs for a fuck ton of money comparable to champs, we would have been finger blasting ourselves. I don't understand how people can say they're not trying. It's fucking blasphemous. What do you mean you're not trying? We can't say we want more tournaments and then say we're not trying. And listen, I'm not even sure if anybody said they're not trying. I'm just going off what people are saying. But holy fuck, that's absurd.
I didn't eat anything, big body. I think that's what messed me up. It's like every other morning before, I would have a Starbucks bacon Gouda sandwich.
Wait, why would you switch it
and
up, Mace?
Cake pop type shit. But like grand finals, actually, I don't know why. I just wasn't hungry in the morning.
Bro, no. Like, especially, there's so many ways to look at this. One, it's the routine, bro. What? That just fucking infuriated me. What do you mean you didn't eat it, Mason? You had one of the best champs performances ever within the first 3 matches, eating the same sandwich and the same cake pop every single day. And Championship Sunday, one grand final match, is the day you decide to not do what you did the 3 days prior? What the fuck? Holy.
Watch the Hasi control. Okay, what did I do? What did I do after we hit a 3-3 little reset? Hasi S&D, rewind HP. I showed up. I did my job. I had a few bad maps, but like when it mattered, I showed up. That's all that matters.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Type shit, chat.
Oh, avail, baby. The boys 6-2 victory on Hasi.
Ant has been playing so good in this.
5 bloods, chat. Someone gassed me up. I had a 0.8, but like 5 bloods. Map 7. Come on, chat. Like my point eights are like I'm contributing. Type shit.
The rat spot, but who is it?
Chat, I'm not even trolling after grands because I mean I wouldn't even say I got shit on. Like when it mattered I stepped up, but like I didn't, to my standards I didn't perform like I normally do. My mom texted me, I swear to God, she was like, can you ask for a new setup? I think they might have rigged your setup. I was like, Mom, what do you? She's like, she doesn't know shit about COD. I'm like, Mom, what do you say?
5-2.
W.
She's like, I think your setup was rigged. I was
W,
like,
Mom, man. I get it. Why is the CDL format so online focused? Online has way too influence in the standings. And who makes champs or not? Rocker were 7th this season in terms of LAN points. They did better than Boston and Royal Ravens at LAN. And they didn't make it because the format is so online based. LAN is true skill. I mean, I think everybody agrees with this. I mean, I do think there needs to be a way to weigh LAN heavier. Like even like a little bit heavier than it is now. Like I think you get more points for making runs at tournaments because of COVID. Originally, the CDL was supposed to be 12 events where each team hosted a homestand. However, once COVID hit, everything changed. Yeah, dude, COVID, bro. What a fucking... I mean, to be fair, I think every single esport does online, like, correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe there's like one or two that don't, but are there any LAN leagues anymore? I think every esport does online league stuff, like online qualifying stuff. Like online, I think, is a big part of every single esport now. Here's a picture of difference between online and LAN performance in Vanguard. LAG should definitely be at champs, while either New York or Raven shouldn't have. Bro, imagine New York not being at champs. Oh, never mind. I'm thinking of the wrong game. Valorant is a LAN league. Honestly, I don't think you could have gave me a worse comparison or like a worse game to be a LAN league, because I think Valorant is the most complained about format in all of esports. Like Valorant might have the most unacceptable format in esports. There's like nothing going on ever. Really hope they stop using EK. Yeah, bro. I hate EKAA, bro. I hate it. Let's just go back to kills and deaths, man. Like I don't understand. Like I'm fucking crashing out today. Oh my god. At what point did kills and deaths be hard to understand? Like at what point did we need to stray from kills and deaths in Call of Duty? The KD ratio. That's all everybody ever talked about my whole life. When I was 15, 14, 13 pro, everyone asked me, "What's your KD? What's your KD?" It was like it's like the most common thing in Call of Duty history is the kill death ratio. Why the fuck did we introduce EKIA? Correct. Just add an assist like just show kills, assists, damage, and deaths. I completely agree with Big Concentrate 9859. I completely agree. Technically, they've been the last 5 regular season MVPs since Simp 1 and Cold War and MW3. Watch Maniac's tweet, I'm down. I had to get to the bottom of this.
All right, so this is unheard of. A pro Call of Duty player plays Black Ops 6, no paddles, and doesn't claw? Doesn't make sense. We're gonna check it out. What's the best hand?
On the Lambo league. Dead. He's gonna be small. Small wrinkler. Hit him once. There's 2 on 2 on 0. He's close right. There's 3 o. There's 3 o. There
he is. He's taking his thumb off.
He's cutting off well already. Shaq.
But that's what I used to do growing up too. Back before scuffs were a thing. Yeah, you would just take your thumb off and you jump, lay down the whole 9 yards.
What the fuck's going on? Oh, we have claws. Yeah, I see that. Look at that middle finger.
Oh, he does half claw. No, I didn't use the half claw. I would just, bro, back in like World at War, I would get one of these OpTic scuffs here to show you what I would do. Like, I'm pretty sure I would just like if I was going to jump drop shot a corner, I would jump and then come back. Like it was such a fluent movement. Like I would go from my thumbstick to jump to lay down like this. Like, but it was so fluid. Like, I don't know how I used to do it, but it was just natural back then. Like it was just the...
Takes his thumb off.
Last guy in there.
Half claws.
Yeah, there's 2. There's 2. 2 in there. Class ups in there. Close right corner.
Look at the kid go, man. Look at the kid fucking go. Did PC ruin COD? Warzone ruined COD. Damn. I want to see these comments, bro, talking about Scump is clearly better than Crim. Black Ops 2, Crim better. Ghost, Crim better. AW, Seth. Black Ops 3, Seth. IW, Seth. World War 2, Crim. Black Ops 4, Scump. MW19, Scump. Cold War, Scump. Vanguard, Scump. Overall, Scump 7-3. This ignores MW3 and Black Ops 1, where Scump was very good, but Crim wasn't playing. That's fucking awesome. That's fucking fantastic. That is fantastic. The job application. What up, Hamza? How are you, bro? Jesus Christ, this jump scared me. I thought this was Reddit/horror for a second. Any insight on the boys having a crazy colorway for EWC like orange last year? I don't have a damn clue about what colors or jerseys they're wearing, guys. Not a single clue. I actually just can't wait for EWC, bro. I can't wait for the watch party vibes. I'm just worried about like post EWC. Like shit's already kind of dead right now. Post EWC, I mean, I think we're going to be in absolute hell. Like I think we're going to be in the depths. Pull up in gold. Yo, gold and black will go so hard. But yeah, GTA, I mean, hopefully GTA is as popping as I hope it to be. I actually want to read these comments, bro. I want to see what people are saying about this stuff. Okay, so it seems like people would have been pretty in favor of a team change. I'm not a fucking idiot. I think Hydra, Scrap, Shotzi, and Dashi on paper is one of the nastiest teams ever assembled. The only thing that can go wrong, I think, in a team like that is the ego. Like if I had like, dude, like Scrap on OpTic, dude, holy fuck. What happened to Rank Play for Dummies? Yo, I promise next year, Rank Play for Dummies, I'm going to be locked in with it. I promise. The reality is, and now I could be wrong, if it happened, I think there would have been an initial backlash, despite what anybody says now. I think post-champs win, if that roster would have changed, everyone would have been like, what the fuck, blah, 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 this is insane, they just won champs. But then I think people will quickly get over it when a team of Hydra, Scrap, Shotzi, and Dashi probably would have inevitably performed. Shit through. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's a move that the entire world would have been like, wow, man, it sucks that it had to happen, but this was the right move. Doug's record has been broken again. Hey, bro, I don't give a fuck if anybody breaks Doug's record. What Doug did is pure and utter insanity. Not to worry, Douglas. TJ Haley got your trade. I wasn't expecting to get on and talk about Hydra, Scrap, Shotzi, Dashi. Call Tom and say he's fake because you didn't answer to Sam's FaceTime when he called you? Huh? Huge pickup for them if so. No pun intended. Yeah, bro. Could you imagine trying to get work done? Bro, they're in like an office building. Could you imagine being below these two behemoths? Do you think if EWC let them pick up 2 players, Beans would be on Falcons? I don't have a damn clue, bro. Yeah, bro. Why is TJ's foot pointed to the right like that? Come on, anything new on Reddit? Oh, here it is. Petition to require people to complete one of these before posting. Rank these SMGs. Ignore Ranker. I always think of him as sub for some reason. I will go Hook, Neptune, Joe D, Gwyn, Snoopy. But I think Snoopy and Gwyn are interchangeable. But I think Hook, Nep, Joe D is a good order. But Joe D also had a very tough champs, didn't he? Like, bro, I love Joe D. I'm a big fan of Joe Deceives, but he did have a pretty rough tournament, didn't he? Shotzi says the pros are trying Fringe. Honestly, man, like, that's something that MW3 threw to you guys. It's like, okay, you guys got 3 new maps introduced. You actually have to put your head down and, like, figure out how to play it. What's the best way? You've been playing the same fucking map for how long now? 6 months? 7 months?
I mean, besides dealership.
They add Fringe when the game's dead? Like when the game's over?
Are we playing that?
Yo, Willu, welcome back for 34. Let's go, Willu. The big dog. I hope you guys play it biasly.
Get rid of red card.
My opinion changed on this. I played a 4v4 S&D Chal on Fringe, and it just doesn't play the right way, man. Like, because, like, you know how they change certain things? Like, you can't jump up on L and look into A. Like, they just make these little changes, and I'm not sure if Fringe would play the way I thought it would.
I promise you, I'm so down to never play that shit
I'm actually
again.
so excited to watch EWC, though, because, like, you have that pool play aspect where you're playing each team once, and then you go to the bracket.